Winning. The thrill of victory and avoiding the agony of defeat begins by building a strong foundation. Create a mindset that helps you overcome obstacles and allows you to achieve greatness. This is Don Guyman for the win.
This is Don Guyman, and this is another edition of For the Win. At the age of 10, Eva Kor and her twin sister were taken to the Auschwitz concentration camp to be used as guinea pigs by the Nazis. As can be imagined, the experience is traumatizing for anyone, but especially for a 10-year-old girl. It was over 30 years until Eva could even speak about her experience. On the 50th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz, those who had been prisoners in the concentration camp, as well as those who had been those perpetrating this madness, gathered together in a spirit of forgiveness. Eva told her story. On January 27, 1995, at the 50th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz, I stood by the ruins of the gas chambers with my children, Dr. Alex Kor and Rena Kor, and with Dr. Munch and his children and grandchild. Dr. Munch signed his document about the operation of the gas chambers, while I read my document of forgiveness and signed it. As I did that, I felt a burden of pain was lifted from me. I was no longer in the grip of hate. I was finally free. That day, I forgave the Nazis privately. I forgave my parents, whom I hated all my life for not having saved me from Auschwitz. Children expect their parents to protect them. Mine couldn't, and then I forgave myself for hating my parents. Forgiveness is really nothing more than the act of self-healing and self-empowerment. I call it a miracle medicine. It is free, it works, and has no side effects. The Mayo Clinic published a study on forgiveness. The benefits of forgiveness include letting go of grudges and bitterness can allow compassion, kindness, and peace. Forgiveness can lead to healthier relationships, greater spiritual and psychological well-being, less anxiety, stress, and hostility, lower blood pressure, fewer symptoms of depression, and lower risk of alcohol and substance abuse. I learned the value of letting things go many years ago and was able to not live with guilt I would have established if I had done what I intended to do, but instead put things in God's hands. Years ago, I had a friend in politics. We had known each other for years and had worked on many committees together. When he was going on vacation, he had asked me to help moderate an email group that he had started. I considered it one of the premier email groups in our state of those who had my political beliefs. I had done that for about 2 or 3 years, and one day we had a campaign that was going on, and my friend was supporting one candidate, and I was supporting another candidate. I didn't think anything of it, and one day invited the campaign manager of the candidate I was supporting into the email group. Later that day, I recognized that I wasn't receiving any emails and realized I had been removed from this group. My friend had never bothered to call me, had never explained his reasoning. He had simply kicked me out. I was hurt. I was angry. I was going to write him a scathing email telling him exactly what I thought. That night, I went to the gym and did a workout. As I worked out, the feeling came to me, let it go. Just let it go. I was grateful I did. The next morning, I found out my friend had died of a heart attack that night. What would my feelings have been if I'd have thought the last thing he may have read was an email from me telling him off? How would he have felt? Also, I would have lived with that guilt. But because I let it go, I don't have to. I was able to let my friend die and go on with feeling no guilt or animosity. I was grateful for forgiveness and grateful for this principle I've been taught. If we want to have true greatness, we must learn to forgive. This is Don Guyman, and this has been another edition of For the Win.